Hey guys, Sean here. Welcome to the F1 Word and to a roundup of some of the news stories that have been doing the rounds in the F1 paddock now over the last few days and indeed over the last few hours. We will talk about the stuff from earlier in the week in just a moment. There's only one place to start, guys. And that is that after three very, very difficult years, Honda and McLaren are finally going their separate ways. It's news we've all seen coming, but it was officially confirmed today that the two will be separating at the end of this season. McLaren have done another deal. We'll come to that in a moment. And Honda have done another deal, which we'll come to in a moment. But Zach Brown has said there has never been any doubt over Honda's commitment and energy to the mission of success in Formula One. For a combination of reasons, our partnership has not flourished as any of us would have wished. It is certainly not for the want of effort on the part of either Honda or McLaren, but the time has come to move ahead in different directions. As fellow racers, we hope to see the great name of Honda get back to the top. Our sport is better for their involvement. Zach Brown there being very kind and very generous given what the team have been through towards Honda, but it's all become a bit of a love-in. They're all really good friends now because the president of Honda Motor Co Limited went on and said, "It is unfortunate that we must part ways with McLaren before fulfilling our ambitions. However, we made the decision with the belief that this is the best course of action for each other's future. On behalf of Honda, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to fans who have been very supportive of the team, as well as the drivers, team members, and everyone involved who shared with us in the joys and disappointments since we began preparing for our return to Formula One in 2015. So like I say, they're all getting on very, very well now. There was some TV coverage in the paddock, I think it was on Sky Sports F1, probably on Channel 4 as well, of pictures of Honda and Zach Brown and everyone at McLaren all shaking hands, laughing and joking, and such great friends. The biggest publicity stunt I have ever seen. Well, not ever seen. They always happen in Formula 1, but for a very, very long time. An absolute joke. Just get on with the guys, shake hands, move on. You don't have to do stuff like that. We know McLaren aren't happy with Honda. We know Honda aren't happy with McLaren. Go get on with your new teams. Just that's it now. Just see the season out. We don't need stuff like that. We're not stupid. And all that, of course, means that Fernando Alonso is likely to remain at McLaren for 2018, especially if he's promised potentially a race-winning engine. We will see on that one, but don't expect an announcement on that anytime soon. Fernando Alonso likes to build the drama and likes to keep us all waiting, so we'll let him do that this time because he has had three pretty rough years. And basically, guys, once that was announced, every other piece of the jigsaw just fell beautifully into place. Renault released a statement. They said that Renault Sport Racing and McLaren Racing are pleased to announce they have agreed an engine supply partnership for 2018, 2019 and 2020. The deal will see Renault Sport Racing supply McLaren with Formula One power units while also establishing a close working relationship with McLaren's engineers and technicians. That was followed up within minutes by Toro Rosso and Honda announcing that they are going to team up together in 2018. Toro Rosso's team principal Franz Tost said, "Everyone in our team is very much looking forward to working with Honda. It's a very exciting challenge and I hope that both parties will gain a great deal from it as we develop together." He went on to say, "The full confidence that we have in Honda's capabilities to succeed make me strongly believe that we will achieve a fruitful future together." Words that were basically echoed by Honda. And literally just minutes later, it was confirmed by Renault that Carlos Sainz will be driving for them in 2018. The Spaniard quite literally been sent out on loan by Dr. Helmut Marko and Red Bull, something that Cyril Abiteboul, the managing director of Renault, has confirmed. He said that, "I would like to thank Helmut Marko for loaning Carlos to us for this period. We must thank Jolyon for his ongoing hard work with the team and his efforts over the past 2 seasons. He's a dedicated driver and we wish him the best in the next steps of his career," which by all reports could actually be Williams, but there are quite a few people fighting for that. That's a story for another day though. And Carlos Sainz reiterated that it was a loan deal basically. He is a tremendous talent and he will benefit from working with a manufacturer team alongside a highly experienced driver. This will give Carlos a different challenge and we'll be keenly watching his progress there as he remains part of the Red Bull family. Are you listening, Renault? That's been made perfectly clear by Red Bull that you can borrow him, but if we want him back, we are having him back, which kind of works for both parties, but you know, we'll go into that in another video. There is a lot to go through. It is basically a news roundup today, guys, but I am going to record a different video which is going to go through all of this a bit more in depth and a bit more opinionated because I've got a lot that I really want to say, and some of it probably isn't going to go down very well with some of you guys. I know some of you will think that the McLaren deal and the Renault deal is a good one. I may differ. So we shall see how that goes down, but that'll be probably tomorrow or Monday. So to confirm what has been officially announced today, and that is that from 2018, McLaren will be McLaren-Renault, Toro Rosso will be Toro RossoHonda, and Renault have got Carlos Sainz loaned out for 1 year to partner Nico Hülkenberg. Finally, it's all out in the open and we can all move on now. Look forward to 2018, enjoy the rest of this championship battle and not speculate any further on engine deals, or at least we could have. But a one Christian Horner dropped a bombshell after FP1 live on Sky Sports F1. Oh yes, he did. Whilst refusing to confirm or deny reports that Renault are going to ditch Red Bull at the end of 2018, the Red Bull boss basically told us all to watch this space because Red Bull have got their own announcement with regard to a future engine partner coming very, very soon. Intriguing, I say. I love how he manages to put stuff out there like that and get away with it. I'd imagine that Dr. Marco and co don't thank him for it, but it is brilliant for us. He was asked straight out in the interview if it was with Renault or Honda in the future, and Christian Horner said this: "We already have a partnership with a car firm. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to work it out." And the deal they already have with the car firm, of course, they've had for a while now, is Aston Martin. Oh yes. How true it is, I guess we won't know until it's officially made public, but it does sound very, very tasty. I've done a little bit of digging on the internet, and what it sounds like it could be, I'm going to use that word again, could be, because I don't usually like to speculate. I like to kind of report more on the fact rather than anything else, but I'm going to go with this one. It could be a year-old Mercedes deal, rebadged as an Aston Martin, that Red Bull will develop with the help of Ilmor. A very tasty prospect indeed, because with the greatest of respect to Renault, a year-old Mercedes engine is definitely better than a current spec Renault engine. That's just what I've read on that, but just to confirm, guys, that is not anything official. I'm just going off what Christian Horner has said today, just teasing us with that one, but I would love that, wouldn't you? A Red Bull Aston Martin tie-up would be absolutely fantastic for the sport and fantastic for the team, and would hopefully see them back to the front fighting where they should be for World Championships, although this weekend, based on FP1 and FP2, they look very, very strong, but Singapore is definitely a Red Bull track. In other official news, it was confirmed this week that Valtteri Bottas will partner Lewis Hamilton for 2018. The Finnish driver has signed a 1-year contract extension in what Toto Wolff described as a no-brainer. Spot on, Toto. He absolutely deserves a second season at Mercedes. He's been right up there with Lewis Hamilton all season. He's been a fantastic teammate. They've got a great relationship. He works well in the team. It just makes sense for everybody. And of course, it also, though, throws up all the ramifications for 2019, because that is a lot of drivers out of contract at the end of 2018. Just to give you a few: Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen, not to mention the likes of Fernando Alonso, who you would expect to sign probably a 1-year deal with McLaren for now. So many drivers going to be out of contract. I reckon we're going to get a cracking silly season next year. Chances are 2019 onwards it'll be Hamilton at Mercedes, Vettel at Ferrari, but you just never know in F1. Another deal confirmed today is that we will have a Singapore Grand Prix on the calendar for at least the next 4 years. Organisers of the first ever Formula 1 night race have signed a 4-year extension, taking them up to 2021. The night race, of course, has become a staple on the F1 calendar and has become one of the absolute jewels in the crown. It is a great spectacle, fantastic for fans to watch. Doesn't always throw out the best of races, but we sometimes get corkers and occasionally a little bit of controversy. But ultimately, another great deal for Formula 1 and for the organisers as well. It's a fantastic weekend, isn't it? So let's enjoy it for another 4 years at least. But there were just some of the news stories, guys, that have caught my eye over the last 7 days. It was pretty quiet apart from Bottas's deal, really, until today when it all properly kicked off. Once again, I'll be back either tomorrow or Monday with a vlog on all these McLaren-Renault Toro Rosso deals, because I've got a lot I want to say on that and I can't fit it all into a news roundup. And of course, there'll be the Singapore Grand Prix review on Sunday post-race. But as ever, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sean. This has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.